Hello. Hi. Welcome to my channel. The channel that combines two things that I really like. ASMR and TikTok. Not TikTok. Tech Talk. Technology talk. Okay, so if you love hearing about the latest news on technology, all at the same time listening to ASMR like whispers, and finger movements while trying to fall asleep and getting tingles, then you've come to the right channel. So why don't you just go ahead and like this video and consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. Okay, so in this video I want to talk about how the did I say AU? My bad. The EU, the European Union, is finally establishing artificial intelligence rules. That's right. Good kudos to the EU for establishing AI rules. But what are they, and how could that affect the rest of the world? Okay, so if you're interested, let's get started. Alrighty then. So the European Union officials worked into the late hours last week, hammering out an agreement on world-leading rules meant to govern the use of artificial intelligence in the 27-nation bloc. Now, the Artificial Intelligence Act is the latest set of regulations designed to govern technology in Europe that may be destined to have global impact. Alright, so here's a closer look at the AI rules. What do we have here? Let's see. I'm just figuring out something here, and I'll tell you later what I am figuring out. So, what is the AI Act, and how does it work? Well, the AI Act takes a risk-based approach to products or services that use artificial intelligence and focuses on regulating uses of AI rather than the technology. The legislation is designed to protect democracy, the rule of law, and fundamental rights like freedom of speech, while still encouraging investment, and innovation. Now, the riskier an AI application is, the stiffer the rules, Goodness gracious me. That is just, I don't know where this is going, but we were thinking that, and by we meaning my friends and I, were thinking that eventually, with all these technology and especially artificial intelligence, for sure, people are gonna have to follow some set of rules, and there's got to be some set of some set of standards, because some startups and companies and corporations just can't go willy-nilly in creating AI software or uses for AI without any repercussions. I mean, they need to be accountable and responsible for some things, right? Don't you think so? Well, that's just my opinion anyway. Okay, so these higher risk systems pose an unacceptable risk because, like I said, social scoring systems that govern how people behave, for instance, some types of predictive policing and emotion recognition systems in schools and the workplace. Now, people in public can't have their faces scanned by police using AR-powered remote biometric identification, and that's a good thing. Except, there's always a caveat now, except for serious crimes like kidnapping or terrorism. Now, the AI Act won't take effect until 2 years after final approval from European lawmakers, expected in a rubber stamp vote in early 2024. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. So, violations could draw fines of up to 35 million euros. That is 38 million, or in US, or 78% of a company's global revenue. That's a lot. Now, how does the AI Act affect the rest of the world? That's a good question. So the AI Act will apply to the EU's nearly 450 million residents, but experts say its impact could be felt far beyond because of Brussels' leading role in drawing up rules that act as a global standard. So, the EU has played the role before with previous tech directives, most notably mandating a common charging plug. How simple is that? That forced Apple, do you remember that? To abandon its in-house lightning cable. Now, this was a big thing a few years back. I can't remember exactly the year, but it was such a big thing. So, anyway, that's what they did, guys. Okay, let's go on. So while many other countries are figuring out whether and how can they rein in artificial intelligence, the EU's comprehensive regulations are poised to serve only as a blueprint like this video. Thank you ahead of time. Now, let's continue. So, even what the law doesn't do could have global repercussions. Other rights groups said, by not pursuing a full ban on, say, like live facial recognition, Brussels has, in effect, green-lighted dystopian digital surveillance in the 27 EU member states, setting a devastating precedent globally. And this is the opinion of Amnesty International. So, the partial ban is a hugely missed opportunity to stop and prevent colossal damage to human rights, civil space, and rule of law that are already under threat through the EU. Amnesty International also stated that lawmakers' failure to ban the export of artificial intelligence technologies that can harm human rights, including, let's say, for use in social scoring, something China does to reward obedience, actually, to the state through surveillance. So, what other countries are doing about AI regulations? Very good question. Okay, so the world's two major artificial intelligence powers are the US and China, also have started the ball rolling on their own rules. And that's kind of good to know. So, US President Joe Biden signed a sweeping executive order on artificial intelligence last October, which is expected to be bolstered by legislation and global agreements. It requires leading artificial intelligence developers to share safety test results and other information with the government. Now, agencies will create standards to ensure AI tools are safe before public release and issue guidance to label AI generated content. So Biden's order builds on voluntary commitments made earlier by technology companies including Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, to make sure their products are safe before released. China, meanwhile, has released interim measures for managing generative AI, which applies to text, pictures, audio, video, and other content generated for people inside China. President Xi Jinping, I hope I pronounced that right, has also proposed a global AI governance initiative, calling for an open and fair environment for artificial intelligence development. Okay, so how was making dramatic advances and forced European policymakers to update their proposal. The AI Act includes provisions for chatbots, and other so-called general-purpose artificial intelligence systems that can do many different tasks, from composing poetry to creating video like this, but I'm not AI, and writing computer code. Officials took a two-tiered approach, with most general purpose systems facing basic transparency requirements, like disclosing details about their data governance and a nod to the EU's environmental sustainability efforts. How much energy they use to train the models on vast troves of written works and images scraped off the internet. I hope you can hear my nail tapping. Oh my goodness, I need longer nails, guys. I need longer nails. Anyway, they also need to comply with EU copyright law and summarize the content they used for training. My nose is itchy. Excuse me. Okay, so stricter rules are in store for the most advanced AI systems with the most computing power, which pose systemic risks that officials want to stop spreading to services that other software developers build on top. Well, so what do you think about that? As a matter of fact, I'm kind of satisfied for now where things are going with artificial intelligence. Hold on. I know there's a big debate about that. Now, what I'm saying is that AI is not new technology. Not at all. But what is new is the fact that artificial intelligence can now be placed in the hands of regular people like you and me, and like mainstream, in terms of like software like ChatGPT, like all these generative AI imaging and stuff like that. There is no doubt that artificial intelligence can actually help certain workflows. Absolutely. And that means that there's going to be cost savings, there's going to be more efficiency and effectiveness, and there'll just be, I would think, another layer of some type of cohesiveness, so people can actually use artificial intelligence, let's say, to create a draft of like a proposal or a white paper, just as a general, like just something to start with, and then they can take whatever draft that the artificial intelligence, like let's say ChatGPT 4 or whatever, can come up with, and they can really like hone down and customize it. That's what I'm thinking about, because writing something takes hours and hours, but to actually feed a prompt to, let's say, ChatGPT 4 or ChatGPT, in terms of helping you with talking points, let's say, or helping you identify like the important points that you should be speaking about. But that doesn't mean that you actually follow. It'll just give you like some suggestions, and then that can help prompt some someone or inspire someone to take that a step further. Because in actuality, if you think about it, we get a lot of our inspiration from a lot of things that we see around us. We get our inspiration, like let's say if you're an artist, from other artists, and if you're a musician, you get your inspiration for your music from other musicians in the past and in the present. And even, especially, okay, let's talk about this, especially, startups. I'm just gonna tap here on my Ray-Ban Meta case. Now, there are companies that, they create a product, first off, and then there are other companies that look at the product and they examine how they can improve, like maybe the form factor or the actual use cases for the product, and then hence brings another startup or another company. For example, YouTube channels. I mean, there are so many YouTube channels that if you wanted to start one, you can literally look at the successful YouTube channels that are out there in your niche and literally kind of like copy them. And by copy them, I mean you kind of like look at their process or find out what works for them, how they structure their videos, what is it that they say, what kind of content, and then make it your own, right? So in a way, that's how artificial intelligence can kind of like help out by helping you get started, by giving you some sort of like, not necessarily a blueprint, but a general foundation. So when I said earlier that I kind of feel satisfied about where AI is going, I said that because governments, okay, and countries and organizations are really recognizing that they better the importance of rules and regulations and standards in the use of this particular type of technology, artificial intelligence. Now, we need to talk about how that kind of thing applies to Web3, because as you know, Web3 is almost like the next evolution of Web2, or a futuristic derivative of it, and that is a whole other topic unto itself. I hope I said that right. So I do plan on talking about Web3 and what the difference is between Web 2 and Web 3 and all the different nuances and how companies can behave in Web 3. Is it the same? Can we take some of Web 2 practices into Web 3? So what I'm saying right now is the EU's rules on artificial intelligence, that I would like to see how that applies to companies in Web 3 and in the crypto space. I promise to make a video on that, but that's going to be maybe like a little bit later. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about for now. I did want to introduce the fact that the EU did make some rules on artificial intelligence, and of course I did not make this out of my head. I did read this off an article, disclaimer, and I will put that link in that article that I took it from, or I read from, in the description. If it's not there in the description, it's because I'm still waiting for another part of the verification for YouTube. It's just crazy, but I understand. Anyway, I sure hope you got tingles, and like I said, I am still developing my own style of ASMR, and to be honest, I haven't even listened to my ASMR videos. I think I need to, because that way, if I'm not giving myself tingles, then I'm most likely not giving you guys tingles, and that's not a good thing. So, if you on how